Hello Army! Welcome back to Jikook Lover. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe so you never miss the biggest BTS updates from around the world. Today, something completely unexpected has happened. Apple Music has just revealed a surprising fact about Jimin, and within hours, millions of ARMY couldn't stop talking about it. Why is a simple artist profile suddenly making headlines worldwide? Is there a hidden message behind Apple's words? Or is this another sign that Jimin's influence has reached an entirely new level? Stay until the very end, because the real story behind this global discussion might surprise you more than you ever expect. What began as an ordinary visit to Apple Music quickly turned into one of the hottest conversations among BTS fans around the world. Without any major announcement or promotional campaign, Apple Music's official artist profile for Jimin suddenly became the center of attention, sparking thousands of discussions across social media. At first glance, nothing seemed unusual. Fans simply noticed that Jimin's profile contained detailed information about his career and musical journey. However, one particular detail immediately caught everyone's attention and spread rapidly across online communities. Apple Music highlighted that Jimin trained for only about 6 months before making his debut with BTS. While longtime ARMY may already know this part of his story, many newer fans were genuinely surprised. Seeing such an important fact featured on one of the world's largest music streaming platforms gave people a new appreciation for just how extraordinary Jimin's journey has been. In the highly competitive K-pop industry, trainees often spend several years preparing before earning the chance to debut. Some never debut at all despite years of hard work. That reality makes Jimin's story stand out even more. In just a short period of training, he managed to earn a place in BTS, a group that would later become one of the biggest music acts in history. Almost immediately, social media exploded with reactions. Screenshots of the Apple Music profile appeared across X, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and fan communities. Many fans described the profile as a reminder of how determination, talent, and relentless effort helped shape Jimin into the artist the world knows today. Others began revisiting old interviews, documentaries, and behind-the-scenes footage showing Jimin's dedication during BTS's early years. Fans remembered stories about his intense practice sessions, his constant desire to improve, and the pressure he placed on himself to become the best performer he could be. For many people, Apple Music wasn't simply listing facts. It was introducing millions of listeners to the incredible journey behind one of today's most influential artists. The profile also reflects Jimin's evolution as a solo artist. From the emotional success of Face to the worldwide attention surrounding Muse, his music has continued to connect with listeners across different countries and cultures. Songs like Crazy and Who further established him as an artist capable of creating his own identity, while remaining an essential part of BTS. This is one of the reasons fans believe Apple Music's profile update carries special significance. Global streaming platforms don't just introduce songs, they help tell artists' stories. Every sentence has the potential to shape how millions of listeners understand an artist's career. As discussions continued, many fans pointed out another interesting detail. The profile emphasizes not only Jimin's incredible dancing abilities, but also his distinctive vocal color, emotional performances, and artistic growth throughout the years. These qualities have become some of the defining characteristics that separate him from many other performers in the industry. Soon, conversations expanded beyond the 6-month trainee period. Fans started reflecting on Jimin's journey from a young student passionate about dance to becoming a global superstar performing before sold-out stadiums and receiving international recognition. Many people described his career as proof that determination can sometimes outweigh time itself. Instead of focusing on how long he trained, fans admired how much he accomplished with every opportunity he was given. Others also noted how Jimin has consistently challenged himself throughout his career. Whether improving his vocals, experimenting with different musical styles, or delivering unforgettable live performances, he has continued evolving year after year. As more people discovered the Apple Music profile, discussions shifted toward a bigger question. Why has this profile attracted so much attention now? Was it simply because new listeners were discovering Jimin through his solo music? Or did Apple Music intentionally choose to highlight certain aspects of his story because of his growing global influence? Still, the timing has sparked endless conversations throughout the ARMY community. Some believe it is another reminder of Jimin's lasting impact on the global music industry. Others simply see it as an opportunity for newer fans to better understand how remarkable his path to success truly was. Regardless of the reason, one thing is undeniable. A simple artist profile has once again reminded millions of people why Jimin continues to inspire audiences around the world. His journey remains one of persistence, passion, and continuous growth, proving that talent combined with relentless effort can create something extraordinary. As news about Jimin's Apple Music profile continued to spread, fans from different countries began looking beyond the headline itself. Instead of simply sharing screenshots, many started revisiting Jimin's entire journey, from his earliest days before debut to his current status as one of the most recognized Korean artists in the world. What initially appeared to be a simple biography suddenly became a reminder of just how extraordinary his career has been. Across fan communities, one discussion appeared over and over again. Many people wondered how someone who trained for such a relatively short period could eventually become one of BTS's strongest performers. For longtime fans, the answer seemed obvious. Jimin has always been known for his relentless work ethic. His success was never described as something that came easily. Instead, countless interviews, documentaries, and behind-the-scenes videos have shown him practicing for hours, refining even the smallest movements, and constantly pushing himself to improve. That determination has become one of the defining characteristics of his career. Many industry observers have often pointed out that talent alone is rarely enough in K-pop. Discipline, consistency, and resilience play an equally important role. Looking back, Jimin's story reflects exactly that combination. His background in contemporary dance gave him a strong artistic foundation, but adapting to the demanding world of idol performance required learning new techniques, strengthening his vocals, and developing the confidence to perform before millions of people. Fans believe those qualities are precisely what transformed him from a promising trainee into one of BTS's most recognizable performers. As discussions continued online, many newer listeners admitted they had never realized how quickly Jimin's journey unfolded before debut. Some commented that they assumed every BTS member had spent many years in training. Discovering that Jimin's preparation period was much shorter encouraged many people to explore his story in greater detail. That curiosity also introduced a new generation of listeners to BTS's early years. Many fans revisited old performances from the group's rookie era, comparing them with Jimin's more recent stages. The difference was remarkable. While his passion had always been evident, years of experience had refined his confidence, stage presence, and vocal control. Watching that evolution reminded many people that growth never happens overnight. It happens through countless hours of dedication that audiences rarely see. Whether performing an energetic dance track or an emotional ballad, Jimin has often been praised for conveying genuine feeling through both his voice and his expressions. Many fans believe this emotional sincerity is one of the reasons his performances continue to resonate with audiences regardless of language or nationality. Apple Music's profile may have summarized his career in only a few paragraphs, but fans argued that every sentence represented years of hard work behind the scenes. At the same time, discussions naturally shifted toward Jimin's achievements as a solo artist. His solo releases demonstrated another side of his artistry, allowing listeners to hear music that reflected his own personal style. Songs such as Like Crazy introduced a different musical direction while maintaining the emotional storytelling that fans had come to expect from him. Later, who continued attracting global attention, bringing new listeners into his catalog and expanding his audience even further. Many ARMY commented that seeing these accomplishments mentioned on a major international platform felt meaningful because they reflected not only commercial success, but also artistic growth. Some fans even described the Apple Music profile as a brief history lesson for people who had only recently discovered BTS. Instead of simply presenting streaming numbers or chart positions, the profile emphasized the journey itself. That choice resonated deeply with many readers. Soon, conversations expanded beyond fan communities. Entertainment commentators began discussing why artist biographies matter more today than ever before. In the era of streaming platforms, millions of listeners may discover an artist without knowing anything about their background. A well-written profile can become someone's first introduction to a musician's story. For Jimin, that introduction highlights perseverance, artistic development, and continuous self-improvement. Those themes naturally inspire admiration, even among casual listeners. Interestingly, many people also noticed how balanced the profile appeared. Rather than relying on exaggerated language, it focused on significant milestones throughout Jimin's career, allowing readers to understand why he has become one of the most influential Korean artists on the global stage. That balanced approach may be another reason why the profile attracted so much attention. Instead of creating unnecessary controversy, it encouraged people to appreciate the journey behind the success. Meanwhile, ARMY continued sharing personal stories about how Jimin had inspired them over the years. Some explained that watching his determination encouraged them to pursue their own dreams despite difficult circumstances. Others shared how his music had provided comfort during challenging moments in their lives. These emotional responses demonstrated that Jimin's influence extends far beyond music charts or streaming numbers. His career has become a source of motivation for countless people around the world. As more discussions unfolded, another interesting question emerged. Could Apple Music's renewed spotlight introduce Jimin to entirely new audiences who had never explored BTS before? Many fans believe the answer is yes. Streaming platforms often recommend artists based on listening habits. When users click on an artist's profile, they frequently discover additional songs, albums, and related recommendations. In that sense, a compelling biography can encourage listeners to spend more time exploring an artist's music. That possibility excited many ARMY. Some even predicted that people who initially opened the profile out of curiosity might end up listening to Jimin's solo work, discovering BTS's discography, and eventually becoming long-term fans. Whether that prediction comes true remains to be seen. However, the discussion itself demonstrates how powerful digital platforms have become in shaping public perception. Years ago, artist biographies were often limited to album booklets or magazine interviews. Today, a streaming platform can introduce millions of listeners to an artist's story within seconds. That reality makes every detail increasingly meaningful. Of course, amid all the excitement, many fans also reminded others to separate confirmed information from speculation. Most interpretations circulating online remain fan theories rather than confirmed facts. Even so, those theories continue fueling conversation across social media. Some believe the renewed attention simply reflects Jimin's growing international recognition. Others think it demonstrates how streaming platforms increasingly acknowledge artists whose influence extends well beyond their music. Whatever the explanation may be, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Years after BTS first introduced themselves to the world, their individual stories continue capturing public interest in remarkable ways. For Jimin especially, every milestone seems to remind people that extraordinary success is often built upon countless unseen moments of dedication. Perhaps that is why this Apple Music profile resonated so strongly. It wasn't merely describing a celebrity. It was reminding millions of people that every achievement has a beginning, every dream requires sacrifice, and every global superstar once started as someone trying to prove themselves. And maybe that is the real reason this story has spread so quickly around the world. Because behind every headline about Jimin lies a journey that continues inspiring people to believe that persistence, passion, and hard work can truly change a person's life. But one mystery still refuses to disappear. If a simple Apple Music profile could spark this much worldwide conversation, what could happen the next time Jimin makes an official announcement? Could this renewed global attention become the beginning of another unforgettable chapter in his career? Or is it simply a powerful reminder of how deeply his story continues to resonate with millions of people around the world? Only time will tell. An army is already debating the answer,